Brain. Have you ever wondered just how powerful the human brain really is? What if the key to unlocking its hidden potential is closer than you think? What if your brain is God? What if Deja Vu is some kind of illusion, connecting the past and the future? What if your success is driven by unexplored neuroenergy? What if your brain can regenerate? Let's dive into the fascinating connections between the human brain, religion, visualization, déjà vu, and even self-healing. Are these just coincidences or evidence of something much deeper? Some of what I'm about to tell you may sound like conspiracy nonsense, and my theories might be wrong too. Just think more deeply about it, because it could change the way you see reality.
Some people, particularly atheists, often raise questions like, if there is only one God, why do different cultures call their God by different names? Why do holy books teach different ways to live and understand our purpose? Now, imagine that the power of the human brain is so immense and untapped that it could be the very force people have referred to as God throughout history. This theory suggests that when people pray, they aren't connecting with an external deity, but instead activating a hidden, powerful part of their brain capable of shaping reality in ways we don't fully understand. When people pray, they may unknowingly tap into the secret potential of the brain, which could give them what they are praying for. Although this is just a theory, and we still know so little about the brain, it presents something worth considering. Imagine an atheist who experiences great success in life. Could it be that the prayers of their loved ones are activating unknown neuroenergy, influencing their reality in ways we can't yet explain? Through conversations with people of various religious beliefs, I've developed this theory: the brain itself is God. When people believe and pray, they may activate latent powers within their minds, even though humanity still doesn't fully understand how the brain works or the extent of its hidden abilities.
This idea could also explain why God has different names across cultures, and why religious dates like Christmas vary around the world. Perhaps each person has their own God, but that God resides inside their mind. Even if you don't believe in a deity, allowing others to pray for you might bring positive energy into your life. After all, it could be their brain's power influencing your reality. Conversely, this might also explain situations where negative energy affects you, as not everyone wishes you well.
Have you ever thought about just two simple things that can change something in your mind? I've found that music and sense are powerful forces that can alter our reality, even if only for a few seconds. Music and sense can evoke strong memories. In some cases, if you've experienced this, you might find they're not just memories. When we close our eyes, it feels like we are reliving that moment all over again. It feels so real and unusual. I believe these two elements affect our brains and alter our minds because they activate hidden capabilities within brain. A common scenario is when you discover a song that you loved and played on repeat during a happy time in your life. As time passes, you might forget about that song, but then one day, you accidentally hear it again, and it transports you back to that period when you were addicted to that melody. The same happened to me with a perfume I tried before the most epic New Year's Eve celebration. That perfume wasn't mine. I borrowed it from a friend, so I didn't use it daily. I'm sure you can imagine how vivid my memory became when I accidentally found the same fragrance after 13 years. Agree or not, I'm pretty sure you'd like to experience that time machine effect, where the memories are so real it feels like you are there, living that moment all over again. Unfortunately, even when that happens, it doesn't last long, usually about 15 to 20 seconds. If we try to remember moments of our life just because we want to or have to, those memories often don't come up as vividly.
The connection between neuroenergy and reality might one day lead to new time-jumping technologies. when scientists discover how to unlock this brain potential. This brain feature could even be the key to real-time travel options in hundreds of years. This theory posits that our brains may have the ability to generate a form of energy that goes beyond what science currently understands. This neuroenergy could interact with the reality itself. Just imagine if you're able to close your eyes and go back to the exact moment of your life and live it over again, even only in your head. But that feels like reality. Unfortunately, as of today, we don't actually plan to transfer our mind into another period of life. But there are triggers, like music and scents, that make your brain work in a completely different way, sending you to somewhere and someone that feels incredibly lifelike. Hope we are going to be able to control this soon.
Have you ever found yourself noticing the same numbers everywhere you go? Or perhaps you've had a strong desire to buy a specific car, only to suddenly see that exact model around every corner. What about those moments when you think about something and it seems to happen right away? These experiences are more common than you might think. They hint at the hidden possibilities within our brains. Possibilities that many of us are unaware of. This theory aligns with the concept of the interaction between the brain and religion that we covered a couple of minutes ago. Our brains are incredibly powerful, activating a kind of energy that helps transform our thoughts and visuals into reality. This phenomenon, often brushed off as coincidence, may suggest that our minds are more connected to our experiences than we realize. Consider this. When a person repeatedly sees the same numbers, it could be more than mere chance. What if you see the same number twice a day for a week? It's as if the brain is tuning into a frequency that makes certain patterns stand out, guiding their attention to what resonates with them. It may also be the brain's power to point us exactly where the number is. I used to notice the number 730 twice a day for several days, and it felt like my brain knew the exact time and directed my eyes to the clock. Sometimes it felt so strange. Similarly, when someone evaded to achieve a goal, such as purchasing that dream car, they might find themselves surrounded by reminders of that aspiration. This focused intent can activate hidden options in the brain, enhancing their perception and leading them to opportunities they might have otherwise overlooked. Our brains might attract physical things into our lives. Looking at it from a different angle, sometimes you decide to do something just because, without any apparent reason. And it feels like the absolute right move, but you didn't plan it. And it seems like something you did just by accident. What if that was a call to action from someone else's brain, driving events to happen for another person? Think about it. It could even be a chain of events that lead to a result driven by someone's brain. However, let's take a moment to consider the more fantastical claims about our brain's potential. Concepts like extrasensory perception, telekinesis, and other supernatural abilities have captured our imagination, often presented in fairy tales and conspiracy theories. While they sound fascinating, we must acknowledge that, to date, there is little or no real proof of such abilities. But if they exist, it might be a hidden capability of the brain. If our brain is able to point you to the same number, why can't it move physical objects? What we do know for sure is that motivation plays a crucial role in activating those hidden brain options. Motivated individuals are often more attuned to their surroundings, increasing their likelihood of noticing opportunities and making their dreams a reality. They dream it, visualize the results, see the final image, and simply live it. This might explain why motivated people achieve what they're fighting for, while some receive the same most wanted things without any effort. You may just dream and visualize it while your brain takes it to reality. I strongly believe you should visualize deeply and precisely what you want. The more information you give your brain, the more resources it has to make it happen.
The next time you notice those repeating numbers or find that your thoughts align with reality, remember, it might just be your brain working its magic, unlocking the possibilities within your mind. Hopefully, scientific research will yield results on how this works. I would not want to live in a world where people use their brains to visualize something negative and it happens right away. In that case, we might have to create brain control agencies.
Deja vu is a phenomenon that many of us have experienced, an uncanny sensation that we've lived through a moment before. While scientists have proposed various explanations for this perplexing experience, no consensus exists regarding its true nature. What if, instead of merely being a glitch in our memory, deja vu is actually a kind of temporal tunnel that our brain inadvertently opens, granting us fleeting glimpses into our past or future? Research into deja vu has yielded several theories. One prominent explanation involves the brain's memory systems. Some scientists suggest that deja vu occurs when there's a mismatch between the information being processed and our brain's recollection of similar experiences. Essentially, the brain may mistake a current experience for a memory, triggering that eerie sense of familiarity. Other research points to potential temporal lobe activity, as those who experience epilepsy often report heightened deja vu episodes during seizures. Imagine if deja vu is not merely a trick of memory, but rather a glimpse into a parallel timeline or an echo from the past or future. In this theory, our brains may possess the ability to tap into alternate realities or timelines, presenting us with moments we have yet to experience or have already lived. A window to the past, deja vu may serve as a neurological portal, allowing us to relive moments from our past, memories that might not be entirely accessible to our conscious mind. This could explain why certain deja vu experiences are accompanied by emotions, as they may be linked to profound personal events or decisions. On the other hand, deja vu might be a glimpse into future events, where our subconscious mind recognizes patterns or possibilities based on our current trajectory. If our brain can somehow project possible future outcomes, it might create the sensation of familiarity when we encounter a situation we have yet to experience.
Consider both of these theories. Imagine them. 20 years ago, you experienced visuals that didn't make sense at the time. Fast forward to today, when those exact moments happen in real life, and you recognize them as something you've seen before, but only now are they becoming reality. Could it be that, years ago, your brain sent you a picture of the future? And now that it's happening, we call it deja vu. Pause for a moment and really think about it. What if you saw that 20 years ago? What if this exact moment of your life was sent to you by your brain before? What if deja vu is our brain sending us visuals from the future or past, and when they happen in real life, we label it as a memory or glitch? The more I ponder this, the more it scares me.
We can't spend hours discussing the brain's power, and my theories are simply questions I ask myself. There are countless fascinating aspects about what lies inside our skull. Here are some examples you might already know, but I'd like you to consider them, and maybe together we can form another powerful theory. The brain is functioning after death. Remarkably, the brain can continue functioning for several minutes after the body dies. During this time, it may exhibit activity, raising questions about consciousness and what happens after death. The brain never sleeps. Contrary to popular belief, the brain remains active during sleep. It processes information, consolidates memories, and even engages in problem solving, ensuring we wake up refreshed. The mystery of dreams. Dreams often feature unknown people and places. Our brains generate these experiences from memories and emotions, allowing us to create entire worlds while we sleep. But who are these people, and where do these places come from? While we often view ourselves as the most intelligent species, dolphins use their brains more efficiently than we do. Their larger brains allow for complex social interactions and problem solving, showing that intelligence can take many forms. Alzheimer's disease. This represents a significant challenge to our understanding of brain health. As neurons degenerate, cognitive decline occurs. Despite ongoing research, we still don't fully grasp the mechanisms behind this condition. The brain forgets people, words, movements, and eventually dies when it forgets how to breathe. The power of neuroplasticity. On a more positive note, the brain's ability to reorganize itself, known as neuroplasticity, offers hope. It can adapt and heal after injury, showing that we can influence our brain's health and capabilities.
Our brain functions after death, works tirelessly while we sleep. generates dreams that create new faces and locations, and possesses incredible self-healing potential. As we continue to explore its depths, we may unlock its secrets, perhaps even gaining the ability to see the future or time travel through memories. It might even explain why some people find success or feel comforted because unknown neuropowers are activated through prayer. The idea that humans only use 10% of their brain is a myth that has been widely debunked by neuroscientists. This concept has been popularized by movies, books, and common misconceptions. But scientific evidence shows that we actually use much more than 10% of our brain, likely most of it, though in different ways depending on the activity. But what if we currently only use 50% of our brain's potential, and unlocking just 1% more could open up new possibilities? Could this be the key to activating visualization capabilities and turning them into reality? Might this even explain déjà vu as a glimpse into the future? I hope we will eventually find answers. Maybe not in our generation, but one day. Until then, keep developing your brain and seeking the truth. Who knows what kind of power you might uncover? What if you could heal your wounds using the brain or send yourself a message from the past? All of these ideas are just theories, but they give us something to think about. Since we don't fully understand the brain's potential, I believe our brain is the answer, the key, and perhaps even what we've called God.